He doesn't want to sit in a room and face his accusers and answer questions under oath.
We got a huge update on the Deshaun Watson situation that finally pertains to his case. Before we get to the content, just a heads up, this particular video is probably going to get demonetized, which means YouTube won't promote it to a larger audience because they can't make money off the video. So the way we can counteract that is if you guys leave a like, it'll push this video out to a larger audience even though it got demonetized. At the same time, we're giving away a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel $500, and we're doing the same giveaway on my Instagram account as well. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Deshaun Watson situation finally got an update after what seems like months of us not knowing what's going on with Deshaun Watson in his civil cases. In this instance, we heard from both Tony Busby, the individual that is suing Deshaun Watson on behalf of 22 women that are testifying that his massages were more than just massages and they were unconsensual advances, and Rusty Hardin, Deshaun Watson's lawyer, who is in charge of defending him. Now, currently in regards to Deshaun Watson, he is by far one of the biggest mysteries of this year's offseason. Last year, he was on the cusp of being traded to the Miami Dolphins. During the trade deadline, there was a deal in place between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans that included 3 first-round picks. It didn't ultimately get accepted because no one knows what's going on with Deshaun Watson's cases at this point. The first time I heard of this was all the way back in April, and I didn't think it would get to a situation where the man wouldn't be able to play football for an entire year, unfortunately. Now, hopefully the stuff that we are hearing about Deshaun isn't true, because it would be absolutely horrible if it was, but there's a lot riding on this case, especially if it gets settled within the next month or so, which is what Deshaun Watson's lawyer is stating. The reason being, if Deshaun Watson is able to close this case and he is innocent, or he is able to reach a settlement with those that took him to court, well, as a result, Deshaun Watson would probably be one of the hottest names on the trade market, because there's no way, shape, or form that the Houston Texans are going to welcome him back after what's happened between Deshaun Watson and the Texans over the past year. And if you get this done before NFL free agency officially takes place, before the NFL draft, which bear in mind, the NFL draft is going through one of its weakest quarterback draft classes in recent memory. I think we might see something similar to what we saw in 2013 when EJ Manuel was the first quarterback off the board. So without a doubt, there's a lot riding on not only the result of this case, but when this case can be resolved and when we can all move forward. Now, this past Monday, a judge ruled in Houston that Deshaun Watson can face questions under oath in at least some of the 22 civil cases filed against him by women who have accused the Houston Texans quarterback of actions ranging from harassment to assault during massage sessions. Now, Watson's attorney, Rusty Hardin, filed a motion last week to delay Watson's deposition until after April 1st and argued Monday that such a delay would enable Watson's legal team to secure depositions with all 22 of the women who are suing Watson, and also allow Watson the protection of knowing whether he will also face criminal charges. Watson's deposition was originally scheduled to begin as early as this week. So this one not only delays the entire situation, but it seems like both sides are trying to get the upper hand in deposing the other side as soon as possible. On Deshaun Watson's side, his lawyer wants to depose the women that are accusing Deshaun Watson of such things, so hopefully they can get a statement that proves Deshaun Watson's innocence, whereas Tony Busby and company are doing the exact same thing. They want Deshaun Watson to be the first person to be deposed, so hopefully they could get a statement from him that will ultimately prove that he is guilty. Now, Hardin said in court on Monday that the Harris County District Attorney will likely decide by April 1st whether Watson will be criminally charged. The district attorney's office and the Houston police have declined to comment on the status of the criminal case against Watson. Hardin's motion to delay Deshaun Watson's deposition was denied on Monday, at least in part.
Deshaun Watson's team has loudly and publicly claimed that he is innocent and wants nothing more than to clear his name, but yet, as you can see from the hearing, he doesn't want to sit in a room and face his accusers and answer questions under oath. Today, he sought more delay. I'm proud to report that the court is going to allow at least 9 depositions to proceed. It is said that justice delayed is justice denied. That's true. Mr. Watson can continue to seek delay, but it's inevitable that he will eventually and ultimately have to answer questions about his conduct under oath, not only with respect to these 22 women, but others. You would think that someone whose legal team has called every one of these women liars, has criticized me, and has loudly declared his complete innocence, would be ready to speak publicly under oath as he originally agreed. But instead, he ducks and runs for cover.
So Tony Buzbee claims,
Look at Deshaun Watson. He is not willing to go into a deposition right away. They're trying to push it off as much as they can. He's trying to avoid all these questions under oath. Clearly, the man is guilty.
So ultimately, what's going down is Deshaun Watson is going to be deposed and asked questions in regards to 9 of his 22 plaintiffs, which is still insanity, man. 9 people is a lot. The court ruled on Monday that Watson can be questioned under oath on allegations relating to 9 of his pending civil cases. None of the women involved in those 9 cases has filed a criminal complaint against Watson, and all of them have already provided depositions of their own in their ongoing civil cases. Hardin argued in court on Monday that no attorney would allow a client to provide sworn testimony in a civil case when a potential criminal case is looming, raising the prospect that when Watson does provide testimony in the 9 cases identified by the court on Monday, he will likely exercise his 5th Amendment right to remain silent. There's this one famous Lil Wayne deposition that I always found to be fairly comical because he comes into the deposition clearly on something, and every time they ask him a question, he goes, "I don't recall."
He can't save you.
And what does that mean?
I was talking to myself.
So I'm assuming that we're about to see something very, very similar. Rusty Hardin had this to say in regards to Watson, saying that the obligation of the lawyer is to protect the client, and while there is a criminal investigation going on, it is only fair to wait to see whether it results in charges or it doesn't before deciding whether you're going to submit somebody for depositions. So they're pretty much saying that,
hey, Deshaun Watson hasn't been charged yet, and what happened to innocent until proven guilty? Therefore, we should not be deposing Deshaun Watson if he has yet to be proven that he's guilty of these charges.
Ultimately, Rusty Hardin said on Monday that Deshaun Watson didn't do what he is accused of doing, and added that I'm hopeful and I trust that will be the conclusion of the grand jury. Tony Buzbee also brought up another interesting point, that on the recent deposition of Deshaun Watson's marketing manager, Brian Burney, who testified that the Texans organization provided Watson the non-disclosure agreement that he insisted that many women signed after a massage session. The NFL is also investigating Deshaun Watson's case. So needless to say, man, this is absolutely insane. I mean, either Deshaun Watson is possibly facing jail time or Deshaun Watson is going to be let off. This is going to be a stain on his career, whether he did it or not. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. People are going to bring up this incident, especially because he missed a whole year of football as a result of it. And then after, we could see what happens to him in regards to him being traded and whatnot. A lot of people are linking him to the Pittsburgh Steelers after the Pittsburgh Steelers recently hired Brian Flores as their linebacker coach. I think anything could happen at this point. It depends on how the next month in the NFL really shakes out. It depends what those QB needy teams do to address their needs at quarterback. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this information, man. Hopefully we can close this story real soon. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.